Welcome to Moinframe. My name is Justus and today we are building a little Quicklinks field for the panel. Have you ever missed a custom menu field in the panel? I don't mean like a menu builder, but just a simple list of pages for quick navigation. In theory, there is the pages section for that, right? But the order is alphabetically or following the front-end logic, so I would rather have a manual sorting field that fits my current needs. Before we start, here is the plan. 3 things are very important. First, the field should behave like a normal pages field, but must be able to be switched to read-only mode. Second, a user permission controls whether a role or I are even allowed to edit the field. And third, the one I care most about, is I want to override as little code as possible. The less we touch the original Kirby code, the smoother the updates will stay. Let's start with the PHP side. So I've already created a little Kirby plugin called Project Quicklinks in our site plugins folder. And it has an index PHP, that's the one we are editing right now. And I've just registered the plugin in the name of Project Quicklinks. And then we add our code here. Let's see what this does. The fields array means we are adding a new field to Kirby, and the field is called Quicklinks. And to make it easier for us, we are extending the pages field, because basically we want the Quicklinks field to behave exactly like the pages field with a little difference, right? And the difference we are adding here in the PHP is a property, and the property will be handed over to JavaScript, so that's pretty neat. And the property we are creating here is called canEdit. And this is just a callback function which checks for the current user and then checks if the current user has permissions for Project Quicklinks update. So we have to make the Kirby aware that our Project Quicklinks plugin has an update permission, and that is defined down here. So there's just an array of permissions. You can call them whatever you want. But in here, I have set up the permission of update, which defaults to true. To use this new field, we can already move to our site blueprint. And in here, I want to create a new section for fields. Maybe let's call it meta, which is type fields. And in the fields, we are adding a new field called Quicklinks, which is type Quicklinks. That's the one we have created. The permissions can be used on any user blueprint. So for example, in the admin here, I can type in permissions and then paste in my project.quicklinks, which is basically my plugins permissions. And then we have the update permission and we can set it to false or true. Let's move to the JavaScript next, because we want to see something in the panel, right? So move to our index.js file right in our plugin. We register it the same way, basically as in PHP. So it's a panel plugin, Project Quicklinks is it called. And in here we are setting again the fields array or object in this case with a new property of Quicklinks, which is our new field. And we again tell Kirby, hey, extend this component. So we are creating a new Quicklinks component for this field, but we are reusing the kPages field, which is the component that is used by the pages field. But then we need, of course, some of our own logic to make this field behave like the Quicklinks field we want. I've quickly pasted it in, so let's go through what's happening here. The props is the object that is basically connected to our PHP, right? So our canEdit we have created and verified that in the PHP world. And it's a Boolean that's going to be available here in our panel. Then we have a little data storage, and this is called override. Basically, we are overwriting the current state. That's what came to my mind. So default is true, is false, sorry. And if it's true, then we will be able to edit the field. Next, we are adding a computed property which derives from the override state here, and that is called disabled, and that is basically just switching the state of our enable or disablement to edit the field itself. Then we watch our disabled state, and we are looking for changes. So when disabled is changed, then we want to update our visuals to hide or show the controls. And then we have some methods in here to handle our logic for us. So the most important one is the add controls. Add controls basically creates a button if the user is able or is allowed to edit with this can edit flag. And we are creating a new button and a new icon based on Kirby's default button and icon style. And we are appending it to our label selector. The button itself gets a click function, and this will toggle the override state. So our data up here, which is override false on default, will be toggled to true or false depending on the current state when I click this button. Down here we have some helper functions for creating the button and creating the icon. You can look up this code on the blog, so it's linked below in the description of the video. Wow! So I won't go over this in detail. Have a look at the blog if you want to copy it or look at how it's built. And yeah, then we just on mounted we just create our controls. And we change our visuals. And last but not least, we have some CSS, which is just a little positioning or spacing for the button that we are adding to this type Quicklinks field. Okay, all of this is already inside our panel because it gets auto-loaded. Index.js, index.css, and index.php are auto-loaded into Kirby, so let's switch to the panel. All right, here in our panel we can see our generated Quicklinks field. We have this little icon which is shown on hover, and if I click this button, the field gets enabled, so we can select pages we want to have quick access to. And then I can click it again and disable it. We can save it, it's just the data which we selected here will be saved. And now we have our Quicklinks field, and clicking on it will bring us directly to this page. Nice. If we want to edit this, we hover it, click the icon and maybe at the homepage, put it on the first and save. And then we can disable it again. Just simple to see our new Quicklinks in action. Let's quickly check our permissions. Going back to our admin blueprint, we set the update to false. Reload, and now we cannot edit the Quicklinks anymore. Nice. And that's it. We got a Quicklinks field that behaves like a pages field, but also has some permissions, and you can lock it down to not accidentally rearrange the pages. And best of all, we barely overrode anything, so we used the extend function of Kirby to extend the PHP and the JavaScript side, so updates should stay nice and painless. If you build something with it, I would love to see it. Drop it in the comments, and we see us next time. Bye!